Good afternoon, I'm Sadie Atwood and I am with my guest here, Taylor Sheehan. She has just graduated with her master's in biomedical engineering. So I'm here to talk to her a little bit about what that all entailed in her research in her final year. Hey Taylor, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I just wanted to know what was going on throughout your last year with research. What did you have to do?
So my last year was mostly focusing on experiments and collecting data and then formulating that into different papers and my final thesis. So my topic was on trying to measure the acoustics when you were coating particles, so it was related to pharmaceuticals.
So when you're saying coding acoustics into particles, what does that even mean for a person who doesn't really know what that is?
So there are capsules that you can take that have small pellets that are coated to different thicknesses that have different modified release dosages when they are consumed. And we were trying to place microphones on the outside and see if we were able to monitor the coating levels and to have a better way of picking up how those pellets were being coated.
So what type of medicine would we see that in for different release times?
Something that you would want to have prolonged release, so different mental health disorders, those formulations are typically used for. We don't see them that often yet because there's still some research being done on them, but it's mostly used for mental health disorders.
And what was your toughest part about doing your research?
My toughest part was actually getting my equipment to work efficiently every time. I had an old piece of equipment and it didn't always work well for me, so that was actually my biggest challenge because each experiment needs to be reproducible and the same, and that's very important in your paper, so that would have been my biggest challenge.
And then with your research too, you got your it published as well, correct?
Yes, I got 2 of my papers published within the 2-year program, which I was very happy with, and then also my final thesis.
And how did you feel at the end of it too, like just being completely done after 6 years in school?
Yes, 6 years total, so
Yeah.
the 2 years master's was intense because you don't get a summer break and you work long hours and you're also TAing and you also have to take courses, so a big relief when it was all done. I was very happy.
And then you just had your last your convocation too, right?
Yes, I was just in London and went to the whole ceremony and got my diploma and went to my lab and visited my supervisor and lab mates, so final farewell, I guess.
Well, thank you so much for joining me and letting me, or us and our viewers, just know a little bit more about what you've been up to, so thank you.
Thank you.